Well, one time when I was a kid, I can't remember how old I was. I was probably like 7, 8 years old. I just took some crayons and went to town on my grandparents' wall. So when they came back, they were a little upset. But what's funny is like my mom was actually encouraging. I mean, she's supposed to be mad about it too, but at the same time, they've always been very encouraging about art. And then I know my dad or everyone sort of draws, but I decided I wanted to make it a career. I just didn't know how to make it a career. I think it was like probably my last year in high school when everyone's like deciding where they're gonna go. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to do something creative. As a 17-year-old, my goal was to not have to wear a suit or have like a 9-to-5 sort of job. But I had no idea how to make a living making art. So eventually, like I said, I went to college. And I took one illustration class at a community college in California, and that's where that was it for me. Like I knew, okay, I want to make pictures, I want to tell stories, with images. And when I first got my first assignment and it got printed in the magazine, I was just so thrilled because I knew that it would be a lot of people would see it, get in the mail, be at the newsstands. So that, to me, making art available to everyone, it's always been important to me. For me, it has to be bold. It has to be. I think for me, art. At least mine has to say something. It has to come from from a really honest place. I'm not really like a highbrow kind of artist. I'm more lowbrow, and I like having my art be available to everyone. Whether it's on mugs, T-shirts, whatever. I don't see it as a precious thing. You should wear it, make it more functional. Not just like a pretty thing on the wall that looks good on your couch, I guess. Well, these are just like sort of playing with textures and stuff, but yeah, it's just really fluid. And I really like to keep my work really loose. I just like to be really expressive. I think every place that I've lived in has influenced my work. When I lived in Peru, I learned Peruvian history, and so I learned about pre-Columbian art. And so that had a big impact on me. And then when I moved to California, I was exposed to the surf skate culture, and also there's like a big Latino population in SoCal. So yeah, it's funny. I was born in Peru, and then I moved to California to be influenced by Mexican art, so which I love. And then I ended up here in Oregon, and so now my work has more of this maybe organic or nature influenced kind of feel to it. I think there's definitely some underlying themes that I've been exploring. I think probably ever since I was in college or as a kid. Religion is one of them. I grew up Catholic, but I never really, just not something that I connected with. Though I just didn't feel like it was me. But at the same time, you always have that guilt. It's taken years to kind of get over that. For a long time, I kind of explored Catholic iconography and themes like good versus evil. I didn't want to have a cityscape, or even a jungle, or so everything that I always like to create my own worlds. I guess when I do these kind of things, I like just a sense of movement that you get in the city. There's always whether you're bikes, cars, whatever. It's always there's always the constant movement. So I love these kind of projects, the ones where basically just given a theme and maybe some measurements and dimensions for for the piece, and then I can just go wild. I think I like the freedom, because I know I usually do. I get really invested in it when it's sort of when I'm given a lot of latitude to come up with the concept. I think I end up doing my best work. And if you just give me a blank canvas, it's always tough. But it just give me a couple of words and some dimensions, and I'm pretty good to go.